Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. Since Thanksgiving is a couple of days away, I thought I would do a video where I talk about the top 10 things that I'm thankful for in the hobby. The first thing that I am thankful for is that this hobby provides for me an escape from everyday life. There are things in our lives that from time to time are stressful. And for me, being able to come into my office here and look through my cards, organize my cards, do YouTube videos is a way for me to, temporarily escape things from everyday life that may be stressful. The next thing that I am thankful for is the fun of opening packs without worrying about whether I got any hits. When I get that urge to open some packs, I usually buy some inexpensive packs. Maybe it's the Topps flagship, or maybe some older packs that I pick up at my local card shop, whatever the case may be. I don't spend a whole lot of money on the packs, so that allows me to just open them just for the fun of it and not having to worry about, man, I spent all this money on this box of cards or these packs, and man, I hope I better get, a hit so I can maybe make some of my money back. I just do it for the fun and enjoyment of opening packs. If I happen to get a good card, great. If not, I still enjoy it. The next thing that I am thankful for is the satisfaction of completing a project. As you know, if you've been following my channel, I like to break down collecting cards into manageable projects, whether it be a player run or getting all the Hall of Famers of a particular set, or some of my two 100 card lists. Now, I haven't completed either of those 100 card lists, but I have completed other smaller projects, some player runs and things like that. And just the satisfaction that I get for completing one of those projects is something that I'm thankful for. The next thing I'm thankful for is that within this hobby, you can build a really nice collection on a small budget. I happen to have a small hobby budget. I know there are others out there that can afford to spend more money than I do on cards, which is great. But for me, having a small budget, I can still build a really nice collection that I am proud of. Next, since getting on YouTube, or prior to getting on YouTube, I was pretty much a one-trick pony, collecting Wade Boggs cards, and I've done so for over 25 years. But since I've been on YouTube and saw all these other vintage collectors on YouTube, it reignited my interest in vintage cards, and I am so glad that I started a vintage collection. It has reinvigorated my enjoyment of baseball cards. I still collect Wade Boggs cards, but I am really enjoying building a vintage collection, learning more about the vintage sets, and getting cards of some great Hall of Famers. All right, the next thing along with that, getting into vintage cards, is getting the opportunity to learn more about cards, especially vintage cards. Now, again, I had been mainly concentrating on the various sets and cards of Wade Boggs, but now that I've gotten into vintage cards, I've had to learn some things about vintage cards, especially pre-war, which I really haven't gotten into much yet. But I love learning more about the history of the sets, the design of the sets, the players in the sets, how some of the sets were distributed, all those things. I always love learning more about baseball cards. Next, I am so thankful for PSA 4 graded vintage cards with great eye appeal. When I first started collecting vintage cards, I thought that, okay, I'm going to build a collection in collector grade or decade grade, whatever you want to term it. But if it was a 1970s card, I thought, okay, I'm going to get a PSA 7. If it was a 60s card, I'd get a PSA 6. Well, fairly soon, I realized that my budget couldn't necessarily handle getting cards in those particular grades, and I quickly found my sweet spot of PSA 4 cards. It isn't always easy finding that really nice PSA 4 graded copy, but I've picked up some really nice ones, and the benefit of finding those really nice PSA 4s is that they are very budget friendly. So I've been able to pick up some cards that if I had attempted or wanted to get them in higher grades, probably would have had to wait much longer to be able to save up the money to buy a particular card. So finding a lot of these great cards in PSA 4 copies that overall have really nice eye appeal has allowed me to grow my vintage collection much faster than I would have been able to. All right, now getting maybe a little bit on the personal side, the next thing I am thankful for, of course, being a Wade Boggs super collector, I'm very thankful that I believe Wade has finished all of his cancer treatments and appears to be on the way to becoming cancer free. So I am very thankful for that. Next, of course, I'm very thankful for my wife, who is very supportive of my hobby. Truth be told, the more time that I spend in my office here dealing with cards, doing YouTube videos, is more time than I am out of her hair. And so when I tell her, hey, I'm going to be in my office doing something with cards or YouTube, she is all for it. So yes, I'm very thankful that I have a supportive wife that understands how much this hobby means to me. And finally, the 10th thing that I am thankful for in this hobby is, of course, all of you YouTubers out there. I never would have imagined getting on YouTube almost 5 years ago now that it would just incredibly enhance my enjoyment of the hobby. The friendships that I have made across the country has just been phenomenal. Up to that point, again, other than a few handful of Wade Boggs fellow collectors, I did this hobby on my own and enjoyed it on my own. But now through YouTube and doing collaborations, all the friendships has just been amazing. And so I am so thankful for the opportunity to interact with all of you and become friends with so many of you. And also, I am thankful for all of you who have viewed my videos and commented on my videos. It makes me feel really good that I can put a video out talking about anything, various things, various topics about sports cards, mainly baseball cards, and to know that there are people out there that enjoy watching my videos and that feel the need to comment on my videos. So I am truly thankful for all of you out there. So would love to know in the comments, what are you thankful for in the hobby? I'm sure that the friendships that you've built through YouTube, even outside of YouTube, just the friendships that you've built, I'm sure that's going to be a common theme in your comments, but would love to know if there's anything else that you are thankful for in the hobby. So with that, I hope all of you have a happy Thanksgiving with the ones you love. And with that, thanks for watching.